Hi everyone and welcome back to the beautiful forest. I have been receiving several questions about the topic of protection, or whether we need protection, or how to protect ourselves. And it is an important and it's an interesting topic for sure. And I'm going to share some perspectives on it, of what I've been learning throughout my journey and what I have learned from my guides about this and the energetics of it. And take what resonates, leave the rest as always. I hope it can be helpful for you with these perspectives on it. And the first thing I want to mention then is the concept of protection in and of itself. Because if you now just come back to your body, you breathe into your body, and you just think about that you have to protect yourself. How does it feel in your body? It feels like it's contracting. And that contraction is the opposite of the energetic expansion that we want to be in. And if we are in a state of defense, a state of contraction, so defense on an energetic level invites attack. So if we walk around in the mindset that I need protection, I am a victim or a potential victim, I am a potential, I'm potentially weak and I can't deal with it, and I'm not powerful enough. We make ourselves small, we forget who we are, and we invite more attack. And that in and of itself is maybe the most important thing to understand. Because if we can switch our perspective on the whole concept of protection and instead focus on our own empowerment and filling our own field with our own energy, to really come from that light within and remember who we are and really know how powerful we are, and that we can expand this light and fill our own energy, our whole field with that energy. That is so much more potent and powerful than any technique of protection. So I think that's the one most important thing. Because when we switch that perspective, instead of sitting in the contracted state, I need to protect myself because there might be some entities coming, and there might be someone I knew at some point that might want to throw a psychic attack on me, or want to manipulate something around me, or we just shrink and make ourselves smaller and smaller and smaller. And we also keep our attention on it, meaning that we keep feeding that potential. We make that potential in the energy of it, the potential of that timeline of something coming in. We make that bigger and opening it up, because we keep feeding that thought pattern. We keep sending our energy to it. That this is a possibility. This is what always happens to me. This is what everyone else have been telling me about. And we keep our thoughts and our focus on it, and we keep in that contracted state. We are sort of inviting it in much more than if we are in that expanded state and we focus on our own joy, we focus on how to come in alignment with ourselves and not be distracted of everything around us. We have techniques instead. I will share one technique in the end of this video that I was given by my guides that has been very, very helpful for me. we have techniques instead of expanding our own energy and really fill our own energy field, rather than having to put things around and protect ourselves and hide, sort of, because we're done with the hiding. We are in the process collectively now with this shift in consciousness. Where we are remembering who we are, meaning we are remembering that we have this light inside our body, that this powerful consciousness that we are actually resides in our body, and that we are having more and more of this light filling our body. We are remembering more and more, and then we are also remembering that we are not weak, we are not to be controlled, we are not to be afraid of ourselves and the potential of what we can do, because if we are in our heart space and we use our own power from that place, we can create magic. And if we keep focusing on that and keep being in our heart, keep coming back to that, keep reminding ourselves that I am safe, I can feel my own energy field, I don't have to contract and hide, then we are staying in a sort of protected field, but we are not focusing on that we have to protect because that's a contracted state. We are actually being protected because we are protecting ourselves, because we are being ourselves instead of hiding, instead of making ourselves small, because then we are actually not attending to our own energy field. So shifting that focus is massive, because that shifts the whole energy around it. Now, that being said, yes, we can experience entities that has lower vibrations. We can experience psychic attacks. We can experience things coming into our fields that we maybe haven't been aware of, or that we haven't noticed until it's sort of gotten in there. When this happens, that is because there's something they can hook into. So in that case as well, if you are in the position or in the situation where you find out that, oh, there's something in my field, there's something that has sort of hooked onto me, you are in the power. You don't need anyone else. If you feel like you want assistance from someone, that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong about that at all. But the knowing, to have that you are powerful and you are able to take this out by yourself. To do that, you have to notice where is it hooking into me. Is it a thought pattern? Is it a belief? Is it some sort of a program? Is it where is this sort of weakness where I'm not really feeling my field or my body with a conscious awareness and with my own energy? And when you find that and you can shift that, they don't have anything to hook into. Whatever you feel trying, if you are just lying, you're in meditation, or you're trying to connect in, or you're suddenly waking up during night and you feel like some sort of energy that you don't like around you, you can tell it to get the F out, and demand it, because you don't have to. In that case as well, it's so easy, especially in the beginning of the journey, to be afraid, and I don't know how to deal with this, and what is this, and is this something good, or is this something bad, or am I going to interact with it, or am I not? If you feel that there's something coming close to your field that is not of an energy, that is only love, pure acceptance, that really high, beautiful energy, don't interact. You can just keep it out, and you can, whether this comes back and comes back and comes back, you just keep saying no, get out of my field, not attending to this at all, because you have the power. You are a sovereign being, and that's what we're waking up to understand. We're waking up to understand that we are higher consciousness beings in this physical body, and we are sovereign. We have the control over our own field. And it's a practice, it's learning. We can't, get everything at the same time, and we're working on ourselves. We are having epiphanies after epiphany, and we are always expanding. But this part is something that I am observing that keeps so many people in more of a contracted state or in fear, because really if we have to defend ourselves, we are in fear, and fear is a very low vibration. That's what we are clearing now on the planet, and we are coming more and more into our heart and actually into our solar plexus, where we have this empowerment, where we dare to be ourselves, where we more and more are daring to show who we are to the world, and actually expand and show who we are rather than contract. So all these things are intertwined, and that's why I think it's a good time to also make this video on it. So we can, what I really hope is that it can help shift the perspective of what we need. And of course I have had some really intense experiences in the beginning of my journey, and techniques of having an egg around me and putting light around me, and all of that was very helpful at the time. So I'm not dismissing that. If you feel you need that, and that is helping you, you do that. I'm not saying that that's wrong. If you are in that position or in a situation where you need that, try to make a focus on it, to shift your focus while you're doing whatever the technique you're doing to protect yourself, and bring in, for example, instead of asking more like someone from the outside to protect you, call in your higher self, so it's more of yourself that are protecting you. And if you're putting something around you, imagine that you feel your own energy out to it, like really, like you don't have to contract inside it, but then if you feel safe with whatever you're putting without like around you, imagine then inside that safety to try practice to be safe in your own energy. So then try to expand your own energy within that, because then you can start practicing this within that safe frame that you're used to get to shift this perspective, because energetically it's a huge difference. Also, so many patterns of blaming, codependent patterns, like there's so many patterns where we're giving our power away, and all those patterns like are things that we are more and more getting aware of, or becoming aware of, and owning up to and shifting. And the less we're giving our power away, and the more we stay in our heart, in acceptance, and feel free, like all of these things are processes and things we're coming to that really helps to stand in our own energy and feel safe in it. I wanted to share one technique that really helped me, that I got from my guides, that you can use when you feel like it. So what they told me was to breathe into my body. So whenever I feel either that something is maybe like trying to hook onto me, or if I'm feeling that someone is psychically trying to come in, or like, it's so important to have those boundaries in the dimensional realms, in the spirit realms, as well as in the physical realm. So being really clear and knowing that you can put those boundaries there and be very clear about it, and really know that, because it's that knowing within, and reminding yourself, and keep reminding yourself of this often, so that you come to that point where you really know that you are safe and that you have that power, and you can just push it out, you know. So that technique they showed me was they told me to just sit down or stand wherever I am in the situation where I need it. And to breathe into the body. So you breathe and you follow your breath. So you draw all your attention into your body, and you breathe all the way down. You follow the breath all the way down to the stomach, and you follow the breath back up. And you just stay, because often when we start feeling that there's something, or I feel like I need to protect myself, or I feel we start to contract and we start to tense up. And this makes the body react totally different when we are completely with the body and we're breathing. Then we relax the body and we open up. And so just continue doing that a few breaths until you feel that your attention is taken back into you, back into your breath and into your body. Now from this place, you find, for me it's like a point almost like between the heart and the solar plexus, so it's like around both of those chakras, and you feel your own light, you feel your breath. If you have any visualization of your light inside you, you can come from that point, and if not, you can just come from your breath and know that that's your energy. And then you focus on this, and you just, with your breath, you're expanding it out. You're filling your whole energy field, the whole field around you, and you just keep filling it out. And you just imagine this light just like exploding out. It's pushing out everything that is not supposed to be there, and you're actually filling your whole energy field. And that makes it so, you know, they can't come in, because you're actually in your field rather than contracting and hiding and leaving your field unattended. So instead of someone saying, hey, I want to like bother you a bit, and you're like, no, please, no, you're just inviting it. But if that is happening and you're like, what, and you're just standing in your power, you are expanding your light out, then it will fall away naturally. So having the focus on expanding your light out in your field is a much more, I find, helpful and useful technique rather than focusing on any sort of protection. So I hope this is helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or any comments on this. Please share if you know someone who might have help from what I've said in this video. I wish you a beautiful day. Have fun practicing the technique, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!